Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we'll be covering 10 subtle warning signs of abandonment trigger which you should never let go of and should be aware of it and take the right steps. So let's get into the video. I'll be discussing these three, not three, 10 signs that we'll be looking onto, and the first sign that we should be aware of is changes in communication patterns. Yes, changes in communication pattern is something that you should be very careful of. Sudden alterations in how someone communicates with you can be a warning sign. This includes a decrease in responsiveness or frequency of communication or a change in their tone while they text, while they talk to you. So when someone starts becoming more distant or less engaged in communication, less engaged in a conversation which goes a lot of to and fro, so it could indicate a potential emotional withdrawal or desire for more space. So look for signs if there is a sudden drop in your meetings, there's a sudden drop in your phone calls, the quality of conversations. I know there are certain scenarios wherein the story comes off that they are doing some kind of course in a university, so they're too caught up in their assignments and all those things. Then there's work, but the fact is, people make time. So don't take this as an excuse that they must be busy. If they're busy, they will still show up in some way or the other. So if you see them kind of finding their way out in terms of communications, take that as a sign. Next sign is decreased emotional availability. So this covers if someone who was once open and expressive and becomes emotionally distant, it might signify that they are preparing for a significant change or they're no longer as emotionally invested as they were or they should be. So, a decrease in emotional availability can manifest as a lack of sharing personal details, like personal thoughts, where they've been, what they've had, the kind of conversations you usually would have with them, but suddenly there's a drop in that because habits die hard. So if they are already in a habit of telling you stuff, sharing you stuff, no matter they have a hectic work schedule, no matter they have a very hectic, time consuming study schedule, it's natural for them to do that out of habit because it's a second nature to them. So when they're not doing it, they have a reason for not doing it. They are less motivated to do it. So here are very high chances that they are trying to withdraw themselves emotionally and kind of make space so they can just drop off when they feel like or when they feel there's the need. Next point that you this next warning sign that you should be careful of is increase in criticism and defensiveness. So heightened criticism or defensiveness can be a defense mechanism before abandonment, before leaving. So it may suggest that the person is creating an emotional distance as a way to protect themselves, and they will find ways to crib about things they would not do before. And this increased criticism or defensiveness might serve as a barrier. It gives them um, right that's not the right word. It gives them a kind of a situation or a barrier to avoid emotional vulnerability and attachment. So uh, being defensive all the time by something you say and being criticizing about something that you're doing, it's like picking out intentional conflict so that the attachment can fade away if there is any, and slowly the detachment happens, and the emotional vulnerability fades away. I don't know why I'm fumbling. So this is the third warning sign that you should be careful of. The next is, let me pop that on the screen for you. The next sign that you need to be careful of is unexplained changes in plans. Yes, so sudden cancellations or changes in plans without clear explanations could be a sign of shifting priorities. So, or a desire to create distance. So, when you when these changes might be a way for someone to, gradually detach themselves from commitments and connections. So they would make plans with you because they don't want you to know that there's something going. They would make plans with you because they don't want the habit to break. They want to make you believe that things are fine, but they will find random reasons in random situations that they would make changes in those plans, like, hi, I got some work, or hey, my car is not at home, I can't come today. So these are actually like well thought, well designed plans in a way. But when you suddenly see them making too many changes in their plans, uh, take that as a sign, because we overlook all these signs. They've been there. It's like we don't want to see those signs because we want to give them the benefit of doubt, because we start believing that we could be just overthinking about something that's not even there. But a lot of times we actually overlook these subtle signs. We should be very careful of these signs, because these people who are not able to face us and doing all kinds of these tricks to create the distance so that there is easy separation when it actually happens, kinds of messes with our brains and it messes with our lives as well. So that is the fourth sign. The fifth sign is, do you want to guess in the comments? The fifth sign is lack of future planning. So there could have been a time when uh, they were looking forward to a life with you. They had pictured certain things. You might have spoken about certain things, and suddenly they are showing hesitation. Suddenly they are showing like a little distance. Like, let's not talk about that. We'll see what happens. So when someone stops making future plans with you, it may indicate that they're contemplating a life without your involvement. They are actually considering it. So the absence of any future planning can be a subtle way of signaling a potential separation or a shift in priorities. And if you can make sense of it, a shift in priority clearly gives us a hint that, you know, uh, it's actually something that has been cooking up in their mind for a long time, and they have just started acting upon it. The sixth warning sign is seeking independence. Yes, this one. So when you see any increased desire for independence, especially if sudden or extreme, so it may indicate a person's preparation for separation again. Like for suddenly they will start behaving in a way that, please leave me alone, I want my space, I want to do this, I'm going there, why are you checking up on me? All sides, these statements would be an indication for you. While independence is healthy, but a significant shift towards it might suggest a wish to establish a life separate from the current relationship or situation. So they're already trying to build a separate section for themselves, which does not involve you, and that is their own space. And it's different from having a personal space to be. But this is more uh, like, leave me alone for a while. Why are you always here? Why don't you let me go with my friends? um don't keep checking on me, where am I have a life too, you don't have to overthink the statement, don't overthink, you're being too much right now. These kind of statements start coming up, start popping up. So beware of these statements. And the next warning sign that you should be careful of is drastic lifestyle changes. Yes, you should be very um sorry drastic lifestyle changes. So when you see significant lifestyle changes, like lifestyle shifts, that may serve as a way for someone to create a new life, as I said, new life separate from their current one, which absolutely does not include you. So when they start doing out doing stuff out of the blue, you kind of have to. It's a very thin line between the two actually, when they're actually trying to improve themselves, and but they're also trying to separate you from their current lifestyle. So change in habits, routines, or lifestyle can be an indicative for a person. trying to redefine themselves apart from their existing connections. So that is what the eighth warning sign could be that you have to look for. The ninth one is lack of intimacy. Yes. So when you see a decline in physical or emotional intimacy, it might signal emotional disengagement. They don't want to feel guilty of it because somewhere they know that they're here right now just because they don't have the courage to confront right now, and they're contemplating, and they don't want you to know that they're actually contemplating this situation, this relationship, or whatever this is. So when you see a decline in physical engagement, there is definitely that they want that there should be little less emotional engagement so that you are less attached, and so are they are also more away from it in a way. So the reduction in intimate moments could be a subtle way of expressing a growing emotional distance. And the last point, the last warning that you should be head over heels. Guess first. Tell me which is the which is the warning sign that you resonate with most, or which is a part of your life, and you want to pray to God that this never happens for you. Let me know in the comments below, and then I'll give you a drum roll for. I wish I had a sound system here so that I can give you a drum roll for the 10th warning sign. But that is, guess what? Why is it not popping on my screen? Oh, I was doing something wrong. The 10th warning sign is. Oh, it's still not popping. My bad. It is still not popping, guys. Wait for a second. Yes, gut feeling. So never ever ever underestimate what you're feeling, what you're making sense of, because especially as ladies, we are given some superpowers that we somehow know certain things. We somehow know a lot of things, in fact, but it is just that we are not willing to accept. It is just that we are more feeling oriented beings on earth, so we are more of the state that we want to give them the benefit of doubt. Maybe he's telling us the truth, but believe me, your gut feeling tells you a lot more than you just know. So when you feel that something's really off, our instincts don't lie. I have been in that situations and it has hit me hard, and I've realized that I could have just assumed and accepted as my reality. So the warning signs that you usually, this it could be more subtle than what we have spoken about. So go with your gut feeling, trust your instincts, trust your feeling, trust whatever you're sensing, trust. Don't overthink, of course, but make sense of things, have reasons, have evidence, have those tough conversations with them, and just confront them, because being in a relationship, being with these people who are creating a form of drama, this kind of drama in our lives, is not healthy, and it's better to leave at a note where you have a closure and you can work on yourself and heal and have a very happy life, so that you can deepen self-love and have wonderful dream like relationships. I hope you found this video helpful. Comment below what insights did you take, and do like this video, share with your friends or anybody who you think can relate to this, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you want to connect with me, if you want to connect personally with me, I have a private group where I do live calls, weekly calls, and I give tips, tools, and a lot of exclusive content. So if you want, there's a link in the description. You can join my private group, and I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Bye.